compliment that a coach can get is from his peers. And Jeff Kaiser, who's in his first year as head coach of LaVille Lancers, there's been a lot of praise about your team and your effort, and for good reason. You finished the season 8-1. You finished this, and you were 30 seconds away from pulling off a huge upset against an undefeated Knox team. You were right there. Your boys have always been right there this season. What do you attribute that to?
Well, first and foremost, Tony, thanks again for having us the postseason here. Our culture. I took this position, the cupboard wasn't empty, and I knew that. Coach Osterhauser, his 10 seasons being the ambassador of LaVille, not only groomed the culture, the 4 years I worked with him, he groomed me. So, again, it's the culture and heart of our team and knowing what it takes and not giving in.
Your schedule. You've been tested. Your boys have been tested. Talk a little bit about that schedule.
Yeah, I mean, it's, people think the HNAC is just small school football only. It's some of the best small school football week in, week out. And then we had Bremen, week 1, and then we had John Glenn right in the middle of the season. So definitely a brutal schedule. Week in, week out, we're seeing a couple different offenses and defenses, and there's no consistency of what we're going to face. And so the balance that we expect our guys to play, definitely we get challenged week in, week out.
Coach, we always ask players how much they're looking forward to an opponent or an upcoming game, but how about you as a coach? How much are you looking forward to tomorrow night? Not just starting sectional, but getting to play Andrean.
I can answer that one.
I tell you, people have asked me, oh, you're playing them first round, oh, you got them. It's a gift. First of all, we get to play a heck of a matchup week 1. I was talking to Coach Barron back there earlier, we're 100%. First time we've been 100%, I think, since week 1. And we get them in our place. So these guys will tell you, we're very excited. I think we told them the week going into the draw, so we won. And we're not running from them. We know, that red and gold team, they tradition rich in playoffs. They play a rugged schedule. This is our 3rd time facing 3 years, and we're very excited for the opportunity to showcase what we have. And we've closed the gap. We know that, and it's our time.
And of course, their best players moved on. Mr. Football from last year plays at Notre Dame now, but tell our listeners, give us a little scouting report on Andrean.
It's the red and gold team. They're tradition rich in playoffs. They have their players, they reload every year. I'm sure they don't have that answer of Mr. Bowen, Mr. Football, that they've had, but they still have players. And like I said, until you beat them, it's the red and gold team.
Who'd you bring here tonight?
We got Erik Bedock, offensive defensive line, Lucas Plummer, quarterback and DB, and Michael Good, tight end, outside linebacker.
Okay, question for all 3 of you. How elated are you that you're getting Andrean for some of you, 3rd year?
I'm definitely really excited. It's always a huge task, going against such a, historically great program in Andrean. But I think definitely this year it's our time to shine, our time to take over, sort of dethrone them, if you will.
Yeah, like he said, but also I didn't get to play against him last year because of my injury. So, it means a lot to get another shot at him.
We're pretty excited. Last year they took away a great season from us, so we're looking to get back at it.
Lucas, this area has been blessed with a lot of great quarterbacks. Shively and Fright, Lady to Bremen. But I'll tell you, Lucas Plummer, I think I may have seen the most improved. I remember last year when you decided to take on a guy head on. It didn't work out for you. That's why you missed Andrean last year. I got to admit, I'm not going to lie. I wasn't sure how confident you were going to be or how aggressive you were going to be this year. And boy, did you answer that well, before the season even started. And Coach Kaiser and I have talked about this before. You are on a mission. It sure looks like you're on a mission. You're playing like you're on a mission. So what's that mission?
Beat Andrean. I mean, we've had a successful season so far, which, I mean, yeah, it's cool. We didn't win conference, which we were, Knox is tough though, but really just looking forward to tomorrow, getting the win. Third year in a row, we lost to them 2 years in a row, so, I have a lot of trust in these guys.
Chemistry's everything. And Mr. Bedock, you probably have played one of the most important roles on this team. Heck, last year you were the baby of the group on that line. And all of a sudden, 1 year, you had to turn around and be a leader with 4 other newbies that you had to teach. You had to have trust in. How difficult was that for you?
It's definitely, yeah, it was a little difficult at the start, having the same line for 3 years in a row prior to this year and being bombarded with 4 new guys who I've never played with, to be honest. Obviously, it's a little difficult, but we've grown a lot as a group. Communication's key on the O-line, everyone knowing their assignments and what to do on every play. We've definitely grown a lot, throughout the year. At the start, definitely against Bremen, it was a little rocky, them sending backers, blitzing backers, picking up stuff like that. It's obviously, a little shaky at the start, but, that was a lot of guys' first starts, and throughout the year, we've gotten really better. So, I'm glad, where we're at today.
So I'm going to ask both of you this question. And I don't normally do this because sometimes it sounds like it's a loaded question. How much does Michael Good mean to this team? I mean, I know he's sitting right next to me. He ain't going to do nothing. But stop and think. I mean, you got some serious skill sets on this team. How much does he mean to this team?
Put it quite simply, it means dang near everything to this team. He does a lot of roles for us, tight end being our leading receiver on offense, and he's a great force at outside linebacker on defense, but also, he's our long snapper on the punt team, so he's doing all sorts of roles all over the field, but, he's worked hard for it, it's his first year, truly getting a starting role on both sides of the ball, where, he's really stepped up to that challenge, so, yeah, he means a lot to us.
Lucas?
Yeah, he's obviously my #1 target on offense by far. And he clears it up for a lot of our other guys to get open. If he gets double teamed, someone else is wide open. So, and he does a lot on defense. And like Erik said, he's a long snapper. So he pretty much does everything.
I'd let you talk, Michael, but your head's too small. No, I'll just, when you hear your teammates say that, Michael, what does that make you feel?
It makes me feel good. And it makes me realize that the work that I put in the off season, ever since we lost Andrean, that work is getting recognized, and a lot of it is, a big trust thing. Getting to line up next to a all-state tackle, that's huge, and knowing that Lucas is gonna put the ball on a silver platter for me, that's big.
Yeah, Coach, I was going to ask you, one of the best sophomores, not only in our area, but at least in northern Indiana, is Braden Foster. Talk about the year he's had and the future that kid might have. He's Legion, tackles with 75, he's blocked 2 punts, he's has 13 tackles for loss. He's a special player as a sophomore. How good could he be next year as a senior?
Well, he's been a pleasant surprise. Braden works hard, gets along with all these guys tremendously. Guys around you make you better. And Braden's the type that'll tell you, I'm blessed to play with, some quality kids that work hard. But he's bought in, to what his role is, what's expected. And it's crazy because his coaches were talking, he's getting X, Y, Z tackles. He's getting tackled for losses. He's blocking punts. And, as a sophomore, and, he didn't play in varsity last year at all. And, he played behind some dudes, don't get me wrong. And I think that's made him better. And he just knew for missing link we had in some positions, he's going to have to step up. So I attribute not only him, but my seniors for bringing him along. And I'm going to tell you, they play well together. And that's the key thing.
So this team is winning because
Heart. These guys, I tell you, they play hard. When we lost to Knox, it was tough. And it was silent. I think, were you at that game?
no, I didn't make
It was silent. And I still talk with them, and I continue that talk Saturday morning.
Yeah.
And that's all it took. And I'll be the first to tell you, I hate losing. But the fight we had and the chance we had was unbelievable. And I knew we had something special at that time. You know, I knew we had tough kids. I knew we had kids going battle. But all I kept saying is give us a chance. Give us a chance on that defense. And they did. And that showed the character. And then, you know, Lucas guided us right down the 14-yard line. You know, unfortunately we had burned timeout on an extra point, and we didn't have one left. But the point at that time was very, very valuable, so that's why I did that. Coach Barron's probably sitting back there saying, "What the heck, an extra point? What are you doing?" But anyhow, you know, I seen the heart, and as a coach, that's irreplaceable. It's just there, right? And that's the kids buying into what you've taught them, what LaVille football means, and what the game of football means. And single-handedly, you know, at that point, we knew we had something special. We had proven it, and again, you know, you hate losing, but it was a win behind the scenes. And I wholeheartedly think that's one reason why we strapped on second half against John Glenn, is because that field. It wasn't anything. I didn't run an ink on marker on the board. We had a 20-minute half, and I bet I talked maybe 3 minutes.
Who talked?
Mr. Bedock, Michael Good. And that's what seniors do. That's what makes the team special. That senior leadership is, you can't replace it. And they followed up with some good seniors from last year. They seen what those guys did, which made these guys hungrier. And you know, as a coach, anytime you have that type of leadership from your dudes, you're blessed.
I know we talked about that after the game the next week, and the fact that when you're talking, it's Charlie Brown's teacher. You know, there he goes, wow, 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 there he goes again. When your best players stand up and say that, you know it's going to work out, and that had to feel really good when that happened.
Yeah, for sure it did. I mean, you know, line coach, I worked with Erik for 4 years, and I feel like some of his character and what he's doing and directing guys and doing is, I would like to, you know, credit what he's learned from me and how you can use the right words and get on guys the right way. I truly felt that was myself speaking at halftime. I didn't sing. And that's what you want. But like I said, working hand in hand with him, being his position coach, I think helped develop that, and it's just a huge asset.
Coach, what will you say tomorrow night before you take the field against Andrean?
And I tell you, we have unfinished business. We have an opportunity, just like we do every week we play, to go out and do something special. And you know, of course, it's the third year playing them. We've never beat Andrean, and you know, they know how special it is. And all I'm going to do is rally them and tell them you're making memories tonight. And whatever memories you make it memorable. And they know that. We had a little chat tonight, and I don't think there's a coach that's not excited, not emotional, and I know for a fact my seniors and some juniors who come along with them are ready for the moment to do something. And you know, it's playoff time. You either do it, or you're done. So you know, we'll be ready.
Therefore, key for you guys tomorrow night, I'm not even sure it's about execution, because you've already proven you can do that. It's between the ears. And I'm not even sure that's going to be a problem.
Yeah, I mean, it's staying focused. It's about us. It's just about us, Tony. If we play our game for 48 minutes, I think we're going to be just fine. But it has to be 48. It can't be 46. All right? It can't be 45 like last year. You know, we don't go up last year by no means, but these guys know what we mean by 48. I truly feel like we have not played a full 48. I tell these guys that every week, you know, and I'm telling you, we put 12s on board. And these guys can tell you, We go into halftime, we either circle or we cross out. If you win that quarter, we lose that quarter. You gotta win more than 3 to win ball game. Except, sorry, John. Because they took it to us for 24 minutes. I'll give them that credit. That's what that's about. 24 minutes, John went football. They took it to us. But, yeah, it's 48 minutes. We have to play. We have to play 48. And I think if we can get out to a fast start, that's going to happen. That's very, very key.
LaVille Lancers, let's give a big round of applause. All right, so if you're unfamiliar, we are going to be broadcasting the Andrean LaVille game on Max 98.3, not Max 98.3 on the radio side. Rusty is going to have the Rockies game against South Bend, Washington on max983.net. So you literally could hear 2 games at once.